Welcome to the AI Edge for Enterprise Leaders. This is the show where we go beyond the buzzwords to have real conversations with leaders at the forefront of their industry about what's working, what's changing, and how AI is being used to drive results. I'm your host, Chakaya, CEO of Achieve and Believe Consulting, where we provide AI solutions to help improve your business outcomes. Today, we're diving into practical insights, real challenges, and honest perspectives on how AI is being used to shape your business and industry. Today, I have with us Gregory Chavis-Davis, CEO of Senior Commercial Capital. So to just start us off, can you just share a little bit about your role, your industry, maybe company size, and how AI is currently showing up for you, if at all, in the work industry for you today?
I've been in the mortgage industry 25 years. In '02, I started in residential. So I did residential from '02 to '08 when the market crashed. When it crashed in '08, then I left residential mortgages and went into commercial. So I've been in commercial since '08 to today, about 19, 20 years. And but my son, one of my sons, he stayed in it. So he's still in the residential commercial
Mm-hmm.
25 years, and he's killing it. So he stayed with it.
That's
And
good.
I went with commercial. So I've been in commercial since '08. And I've been blessed with my processor underwriter. She's been with me since '06 when we were residential, and then it crashed in '08. But she's been a processor underwriter for over 30 years. So
Wow.
I may be the CEO and president, but Doris Goulet is my boss, you know, and all the funds we work with love her because she checks them all and makes sure all numbers work. And if there's any way to make exceptions or to make it work, then she will also orchestrate that. So I've been in commercial since '08.
And what would you say your company size is today? About roughly estimate.
As far as executives,
No,
how many people, or
company size as employees, executives as a whole, like how many people are in with your company right now?
there's it's about eight account executives nationwide and probably 20 brokers nationwide. So my network is 18 years old,
Yeah.
and they all they all work very hard out there.
Like, do you currently utilize any AI tools in your business?
No,
Really?
I have not. I'm looking at it, I, and I'll tell you why. I've been swamped.
Mhm.
We 2025. I was swamped. I had a goal to originate 6 billion in development funding loans, and I originated 19.4 billion, three times what my goal was.
Yeah.
I mean, just swamp, swamp, swamp. I haven't had time to get into A&I or how could I incorporate it in doing this. And, my underwriter been doing this 30 years and she can boom, 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 just the old fashioned way. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But actually, I'm looking into, as we speak, I'm looking into it now before we get super swamped again. But I mean, I'm not bragging. We've been blessed.
That's
I'm
amazing.
70 years old. I don't have to do this.
Yeah.
I don't. And it's not just in the US. I have projects in Ghana, the Philippines, Caribbean. I just got a new request for 1 billion for Papua New Guinea to build a smart city, and I just been been blessed helping people that really need the help.
So right now, are you seeing any major shifts in the industry? I know we spoke about 2008, the economy, there was a major shift. So you went from residential to commercial. But what about, I guess, present day, maybe the last few years? Have you seen any shift in your industry?
Yes, there's been quite a bit of shift, especially into the private lending arena in the commercial market. The shift and because of um, interest rates, uh, how first it was high over the last 3, 4 years, then it's come down, and now it's kind of stabilizing.
Hmm.
But the private lending arena has changed significantly because now there's about $430 billion that's available to get put out.
Yeah.
So it's changed extensively.
And has those, or how has, if any, how has that like impacted your business or growth strategy overall, if it has?
Uh, because of the origination of loans, because how that market has changed, has increased significantly. Here, I had put a little post on LinkedIn just sharing what we did in 2025.
Hmm.
And I mentioned some of the countries because I'm international funding, and I mentioned Ghana.
Hmm.
One of my broker associates I've known for a number of years saw that article, called me right away. Greg, I got $100 million deal in Ghana and I need some funding. Let's talk. Can you talk today or tomorrow? And so the market has changed significantly in that arena. Yes.
Currently, what's been working really well for you that they could use? A tip.
Um, one of the funds that I've been working with 15 years in the development funding arena.
Hmm.
They love Greg Davis to the extent to where I'm the only person on the planet that they call it the Greg Davis special.
Hmm.
So in development funding, there's a due diligence fee that has to be paid. Every fund in the capital market charges a due diligence fee to do all the background legal and all the checks. And you pay that upfront, the whole amount. It might be 180,000.
Yeah.
But if you're a Greg Davis client, you get the Greg Davis special. You only have to make a payment. If it's 180,000, then you put a down payment of 50,000 for phase one. Then phase two might be 30,000. Then phase three at closing, it might be another 20,000. But they will incorporate that and the fund will pay it and then incorporate it into the closing costs so the client doesn't have to pay.
Mm.
If you're not a Greg Davis client, you're gonna pay the 180 up front. That's it.
Yeah. Nice. And
So that's what anybody else out there, they gotta come see me if they want that special. That's
yeah. And what would you say has been on the opposite end, like frustrating for you, like an everyday task, or not even if it's not every day, just something in your business per se that you might find just frustrating.
what what what's frustrating is a person has a dynamite project that
Mhm.
he's funding. Here's the experience. I just experienced this, so I'll share it with you.
Okay.
A doctor from Italy who's in the oil and gas, 20 years. needs 65 million. He's been burned for 400,000 euros on a due diligence fee that he paid
Mm-hmm.
to whoever, whatever lender or who they claim to be. He got burned. So they took his money and he's dead. He still needs the 65 mil that he can pay with his oil and gas back in 4 months.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So he requested no upfront fee. I need 65 mil, but no upfront fee. So I explained to him. He told me he'd been burned. I said, you know what? I've experienced a lot of people who've been burned,
Mm-hmm.
but it takes money to make money.
Yeah.
We're selling money, and nobody's going to write a check for $65 million and not do the due diligence.
Yeah.
They're not, they're going to want to know you from A to Z and everything. They got to protect their millions. So
Mm-hmm.
we had a conversation back and forth, and I said, well, I'm going to tell you what, I'm going to connect you with the money. They got offices in Milan, Italy, not far from where you live, and
Mm-hmm.
then 9 other places throughout the world. So you can see this is real. It's not no scam. You're gonna pay the due diligence if you want the money, but I'm gonna introduce you who gonna write the check.
Yeah.
And then you do your due diligence. And I'll show you all the loans they've closed. They've closed over 5 billion. So now he's like, well, okay, well, I'll meet him.
Yeah.
So that's in our industry, that's the only thing. A lot of people get burned
Mm-hmm.
with people pretending to be lenders, um, and they take the money and disappear.
Wow.
That's the sad thing because there's a lot of legitimate funding out here, but
Mhm.
everybody they're going to charge the due diligence. They got to protect their millions. I
Yeah.
got one. We're waiting now. We just created one that's never been done before. We're getting ready to make history. They have a $257 million loan on a $500 million development deal,
Mm.
and they want the money to just sit in the bank. They don't even want to use it. They'll collect interest, pay interest on it. They just want it to sit. And funds never do that. They loan you money and you use the money.
Yeah.
They don't loan you money and let you hold it.
Yeah.
So we finally got to the point and got a fund throughout the world that'll do it. So they're redlining the terms back and forth right now because on day of closing, they want 257 million wired in their account to sit. It's never been done before. So we create history. Well, yeah, I want to learn what the AI is and incorporate it and start using it. I haven't. I've seen it grow. I've seen it's all over the place now.
Yeah.
And just as I mentioned, because of our origination process and everything that we have, then it's time for me to get into it. I'm just being honest. I'm not into it, but that's my goal is to learn it and use it.
Have you seen, because I'm assuming that, being in your industry for a while now, that you've networked with other people who are also in your industry. So are you aware of how people are using AI currently in their business at all? Or have any idea of what they would use it for potentially?
Well, one of the funds that I work with, they use this, I think they call it chat or chap. Uh, it's some kind of, it's some kind of,
Like a chat box or chat
yeah,
type
chat
thing?
box. And
Mm-hmm.
I haven't used any of that. I haven't had time. They're using it. They'll even mention it on conference calls. So I'm like, well, I got to learn to get with it. And because of the commercial market, a lot of funds are into. As a matter of fact, I'm waiting on um, software where I can put everything, my whole business, into the platform.
Hmm.
And I'm being offered one for free, so I'm thankful.
Oh, look at God.
So and that's going to be Monday. So
Nice.
I'm working toward my goal now to get AI incorporated and have all this, you know, in the platform system.
And can you share? I know you've had a lot of wins, especially lately, as we talked about having a lot of business. But in the time that you've been in the industry, is there like a major, any success stories that you are proud of?
Well, yeah, I'm super proud of my son, Titus Davis. I got him in the industry 25 years ago. He stayed with it. A 100-year-old bank snatched him off the street and said, "Hey, we want you and what you do. We're gonna pay you 125,000, and you get the commission." Whereas in the residential arena, it's all just commission. You get a loan, you close a loan, you get paid.
Mm,
They offered him a salary plus commission,
nice.
and they put him in an area to really beef up the minority mortgage arena in the state of Washington, in the Seattle area. And he he did a loan. It's a $500,000 loan. He got the client three different down payment assistance programs that he stacked. He called it stacking that he created.
Hmm.
For out of the $500,000, he brought $330,000 on top of that down payment money for her, and only gave her a loan for 200,000, and she only had to bring $48 to the table. It was tremendous,
Wow.
and he created that, and he's doing that all over the state of Washington, and all the realtors and everybody's going cray cray over Titus Davis.
That's
So that's what I'm super proud of.
that's sweet. I love that. Um, so what would you say, again, to our viewers, someone who may be watching this and want to break into the industry, what would be, if you could, if you have any advice that you can give to them, one piece, one piece of advice to give them, what would it be?
It would be to connect with a lender or a brokerage firm that will be willing to teach you and show you.
Mm,
You have to be taught and shown, but you have to want to do it, and you have to stay with it. So I would say find someone who'd be willing to spend the time to show you and teach you.
yeah, that's important. I think that in any business, like any leader in any or in any industry, if you want to break into that industry, it's very important, in my opinion, to find a mentor in that field, someone who can really show you the ropes, someone you trust, of course. Because
Right.
like you said, unfortunately, there are people, out here who are scamming or, leading people in the wrong direction, which is unfortunate. But it does happen. But it is important for sure to have a mentor. And I guess follow up to that question would be, what has been the hardest lesson you have had to learn being in the industry?
Well, you can't stop. You got to have a passion for it,
Mm,
and you can't quit just because something doesn't seem to be working. You got to figure out why, fix it, and keep doing it. Don't, oh, it didn't work. I'm out. On to something else. You got to stay with it.
yeah, it was nice to learn a little bit more about you. So I just want to take time to thank you for joining us on the AI Edge for enterprise leaders. Today's conversation highlights that while AI technology continues to evolve rapidly, real impact comes from thoughtful leadership, clear strategy, and intentional execution. To our listeners, I hope this discussion sparked ideas you can apply within your own organization. I'm your host, Jakaya. Thanks for listening, and I look forward to continuing the conversation in our next episode. If you enjoyed today's conversation, please feel free to like this video and subscribe to my channel for future episodes and insights. You can also follow me on social media for more AI insights, real-life moments of motherhood and entrepreneurship. I'm Mom Boss J, that's MomBossJay on TikTok, Instagram, and YouTube. I'd love to connect with you there. Thanks for listening, and I'll catch you on the next episode.